Hey everyone, we just tried to do the next start of that sub quest, but it doesn't appear like I can yet, so we're going to turn the difficulty back on to minus 50%. Alright, let's head down to the Wind Temple and go see what's going on there. We're going to maybe see our first crystal. Temple of Wind.
Do you feel that?
Monsters. Monsters roaming here, and quite a few.
Inside the temple? How? What happened to this place, Agnes?
The crystal of wind was swallowed up in darkness.
Darkness.
Yes, at the chasm in Kaldisla. It opened at the same time the crystal lost its light, and the dark that consumed it continues to breed more darkness still. I expect that font of shadows is to blame for drawing these creatures here.
Not good.
Yet we've no choice. Keep vigilant as we proceed. A moment's distraction could prove fatal.
Okay, Fluffy, welcome back. I'm glad you decided to come hang out with us for a bit before bed. Vestal and Acolytes. What was your life here like here for you, Agnes? Agnes? Life in the temple? The Acolytes and I offered our prayer to the crystals every day without fail. Oof, no days off? The sole purpose for the Vestal and Acolytes' existence is to see those prayers go on unbroken. I see. Each day we would awaken with the sun and perform morning prayers. Ah, I couldn't drag myself out of bed that early. That's just about bedtime for me. Sure, because you're out philandering all night. So if you wake up at dawn, then when do you go to sleep? Our days ended with the sun setting. That all sounds very disciplined. Harsh, even. Perhaps, but I cherished it. Even now, I long to return to that life dearly. A wind charm. Since this is the Wind Temple, that'll probably be useful.
What's all this on the floor?
The crystallist scriptures.
Oh, what sort of things do they say?
Dauntless seeker, offer your prayers unto the crystals. So too shall the Vestal, in accordance with the teachings. Their resplendent light shall cleave a path through darkest night and banish fear from every shadow. The scriptures have been passed down for more than 2 millennia, since the founding of the Orthodoxy. The excerpt I gave is among their most important passages.
I've heard it. From one of the old shepherds, when I was young.
It's that famous then? I've never read them, nor heard them quoted.
It looks as if someone tried to carry them away from here.
The Acolytes. They were women of exceptional faith. I expect they came here desperate to protect these writings.
This stain upon the floor. I'm afraid it's blood.
This gives you a little bit of story as to what happened in this place, I guess. Or at least our observations of some of the stuff in this place. Hello, Golem. If you guys remember these guys, they were in the 4 Heroes of Light. Both of these models were. Aha, I knew you'd be weak to Blizzard. And will you survive the last hit? You will. Damn. But you won't survive Agnes. There we go. We're the best. Not much EXP in that. Oh. Surprisingly little EXP, given it was tougher than the stuff outside. A remedy. What do we got here? We got wind orbs, probably arrow lanterns. Yeah. Okay, 2 of them are weak against fire. Three of them are dead. 4 of them are dead. Yeah. That's better on the XP front and the job point front. Plus, Adia is very close to another job level. High potion. Turbo ether. That looks like a weird wall. Hey, let's fight again. Now that we know 2 of them are weak against fire and the others don't really even have a resistance to it, we're just gonna barrage them with fire magic. And down they both go. Worked out. And Adia levels up her job. She gains silence immunity support ability. Well, that's going to be handy. Now I don't have to use a equip to make her immune to silence. Although... I'm not sure if she just gets that or not, so... Well, she doesn't even have anything on. So I'm going to throw silence immunity on her, just in case. Tis, usually a bronze bangle. Alright, we're going to throw the... What? No, I don't want the star pendant on. White cape. Doesn't the white cape protect against job status in the other games? Like in the Final Fantasy series?
This is terrible.
It's like a storm swept through in the middle of supper. What are these scraps of cloth?
Habits.
Huh? Oh, I'm so sorry.
They belong to the acolytes who lived here. They were tasked with looking after me. I owe them all so much.
Where have they gone?
Where do you think they've gone, Tiz? Good chance they were all murdered. It's still alive. Well, it wasn't weak to it, but it definitely did enough damage to still kill it. Man, I need 400 job points to get my next job level. That's easy enough. Another ether. Hey, this fight again. Look at that. Alright. I'm just burning through ideas. Magic, though. I guess they don't really need to do that because they don't like have huge amounts of defense. Gotcha. Oh, the XP requirements just took a huge jump upwards as well. That was just a dead end. There's this weird dude here. Oh, you lack the qualifications. You startled me for nothing. Go on then, shoo. Okay, we need to remember that that guy exists, because we gotta come back later. A mithril rod. Well, Adia. We might have a new weapon for you. We do! Look at that! A big jump to your M attack. Before that, though, let us... down here. Our building is not yet complete. Protect? Well, that's just rude. Even with protect up, you stood no chance. That's unfortunate. Down it goes. So we're in the Wind Temple right now. I'm thinking we got a few more dialogue things to go through. There we go.
Just awful. It's in complete chaos.
Yet swallowed up in silence. And in that stillness, grief. This place is steeped in sadness.
The women here made themselves a human shield that I might get away.
And now, all of them gone. It's Norende all over again.
Yet, I haven't the leisure to send them on, or to mourn them. I'm not allowed even the luxury of grief. They sacrificed themselves that I might protect the crystal. I'll not betray them, I swear it. No matter what happens.
Surely, you can allow yourself to grieve.
I pray for them, that they may know peace. But for now, I must press onward. The crystal altar is just beyond. Follow me.
You can almost see your party dying on you? What do you mean? A mithril dagger? Is that better than Tiz's weapon? It isn't. So we're not gonna use it. It only gets worse from here. Oh, hang on. Update! Let's update our town. A Simeon staff. Okay. Alright guys, we're gonna remove one of the obstacles now. So, we have a choice here. We can remove the rigid crag. No. We can remove the collapsed bridge, or I guess build the collapsed bridge, or the tangled woods. What do you guys think? There's a good chance of that then, Silky. Just play it safe and you should be able to pull through. So out of those three, team, which three should we remove? The rigid crag, the bridge, or the woods? Bridge? Alright. Silky was the first to provide an answer, so that's what we're doing. It's going to take us 5 hours to remove, so that will be later tonight, and I'll start building on the towns inside. Hey, I received a gift. Excellent. Cool. Alright, so we're going to head inside here and see what's up with the crystal. Oh. Well, this is very void of light.
It's enormous!
Even hearing the stories, I'd never expected.
No! Its light is dimmer still than when I left. I've watched over the crystal all my life, but this... I've never seen this.
We need to release it from the darkness. Agnes, you know what to do, don't you?
The Mother Vestal, my predecessor, showed me as a child. A right to cleanse the crystal of any evil to befall it. I'm to sharpen my focus to a single point and align my breathing to the thrum of the crystal's natural rhythm. Every Vestal to come before me has poured her prayers into the crystal. The time has come to draw upon that store of will and awaken it.
You do your office proud. Now for the final step.
The Vestal garb.
Right. Without that to serve as a conduit, you won't be able to set the crystal to resonating.
The Mother Vestals was stored in the reliquary.
Lead the way. Once we have that, we can begin the rite of awakening.
Alright, let's go get the garb. Let's turn off battles though to make it easier. I don't want to waste any more of Idea's MP. This stream is going to last for at least 2 hours and 15 more minutes. Why do you ask? Oh, because of the bridge? Yeah, you're not going to see that in the next 5 hours.
That's the garb you need?
Yes, this is it. But the dark has beaten us here.
Oh, look at it. It's in tatters. And it must have been such a beautiful piece.
It may not serve its function in this state, yet no other set remains to us.
What now, then? We can't perform the rite without it.
Why not give it a try as is? Even without its sacred power, the frock is deliciously holy.
Stop talking, Ring-a-Bell.
If this garb is destroyed, can we make a new one?
A set of holy vestments used in some miraculous ritual? Sure, Tiz. Let me ask my tailor.
No, he's right. That's it. We must speak with the old sage of the Yuliana Woods. He has seen to the creation of the Vestal's garbs and other ceremonial tools for generations. There's no finer craftsman. I met him only once, as a small child, together with the Mother Vestal. More than a decade has passed. I cannot say whether he is still there, or even alive, but
if he can make us a new set of vestments, why are we still standing around talking? I've never heard of these woods. Where are they? How will we get there?
I recall the forest being uncommonly dense. Also, there was a lake.
If it's large enough to float a ship, I'll land us there. Now, what of the ladies of Yuliana? Are there many ladies?
Ignore him. Can we be certain this lake hasn't rotted through like the oceans? That's not how I fancy ending my life.
Well, what does Ringabel's journal have to say on the matter?
Let's have a look. Ah, here we are. Juliana, yes. The hidden heart of an ancient wood, northeast of Ansheim.
Given the book's owner, I half expected some note about the lack of women there.
Women or no, that's our next destination.
Indeed, but since we're going, let's hope for ladies.
Ring a bell. Alright. So we can't do anything here right now, it seems, so we're headed out. Back into the world. Stop in Ansheim here during the night and see if maybe... Yeah, even Shadow knows. Alright, well, let's restore our MP. Seems I still can't do that side quest. Continue. Actually, no, we do need to do something. We gotta talk to this guy. Simeon's staff is worse than what we got. Okay. It was worth a shot. Ah, that's the question, Silky Kittens. He has this mysterious journal that is full of information that they shouldn't know. Alright, here's the woods.
It's too thick. Press any deeper and it'll crush our lungs.
We'll not make it through these woods without some better plan.
Okay, that's not where we have to go. Alright, that leads somewhere else. There we go. Haha! I'm glad you're speculating, though, you Silky. Juliana Woods Needleworks. That's always what I hope for when people,
Yes, this feels familiar. It's been ages, but this is it. We were here. The Mother Vestal, I, and Olivia.
Was that strange, distant groaning here then, too? Or am I the only one who's thoroughly unsettled right now?
You're not alone. The lack of women here is positively chilling.
Though it seems someone lives here.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I thought I heard something. This place draws few visitors, I fear, and me fewer still. So, to whom do I owe this pleasure?
I am Agnes obliged, sir. Vestal of
Little Agnes, is it? Oh, you have grown, child. You were scarce more than a little sprout when your predecessor brought you here. Now look at you. A fine woman you've become. Fine and plump and pleasantly jiggly.
Ugh, lovely. It's a geriatric ring-a-bell.
Then you are indeed the sage I seek. I fear I do not remember your name, sir.
Oh, we are a lot alike in that, my dear. Not many people around these parts to call me by it. Whatever it was, Sage will do just fine by me. It is what the last Vestal called me. At her heels, you. Sage you'd call. A more charming little echo I've never heard.
Well, I am glad to have found you.
Feels rather good to hear a pretty young thing like you was looking for me. Seems I've not quite lost my charm. Now, you called yourself Vestal. I take it that means the last Vestal is...
Yes, sir. Her tenure as Vestal ended 5 years ago. Her life, a year later.
I see. A sad loss for all of us. She was fair but firm. Very firm. She had taut curves fit to drive a man mad.
We shall be needing an in-depth account, good sage. Also, a briefing on any wild women of the woods.
Stop talking. Just stop.
You've quite the following, my dear. I had thought the Vestals forswore all contact with the outside world.
They are assisting me in my task.
Oh, assistance, eh? I see. Oh, and such colorful characters they are. I've kept you out here long enough. Come inside.
The old man's what you strive to be, Silky? Do you mean strive?
I see. Well, that's quite the story. You've been brave to come this far, Agnes.
I'd not have managed on my own. I owe Tiz a great debt.
Well, perhaps it is we've come to the harrowing.
The harrowing?
The swelling dark is a harbinger, lad, as is the fall of the temples, the dulling crystals, the great chasm.
It is the Vestal's calling to see that darkness purged. I must awaken the 4 crystals.
Awaken them?
Absolutely astonishing!
Huh? What?
I took the liberty of stealing a peek at the ladies' fashions you've assembled in the next room, good sir. Each is a beauty fit to outshine the next. Their allure had me spellbound. Spellbound, I tell you.
I'm impressed a man of your scant years can properly appreciate them.
I would gladly talk the night away with a man of your genius.
They're a matched pair.
Ring a bell, please. We're in the middle of an important discussion.
As am I, my friend. This is art, romance. You'll come to understand in a few years. And as I recall, we didn't come here to talk. We came to procure Vestal garb as quickly as possible. While you were chatting, I searched. My efforts bore unexpected fruit, that's all.
So, you've come to me because of your need for new vestments, have you?
I have. The garb housed in the temple was lost to the darkness. We found it in scrap, sir.
Those garbs are woven from rainbow thread. No substitute will suffice.
And is this thread something you keep on hand?
I fear not, my dear. The Vestal to wear the garb must procure the thread herself. It is tradition. The last Vestal of Wind did so, as did her predecessor, and countless Vestals before. Even had I the thread used to craft the last Vestal's garb, I could not fashion it into aught of use to you.
I understand. Tell me where I must go.
Of course, my child. But come, the day is nearly spent. Stay the night. Oh, yes, if you girls would like, I would be happily obliged to make space in my own bed for you.
Oh, unacceptable.
Likewise.
Then let the two of us pass the night in ardent conversation.
Frisia Bloom, is it bad that your first thought that when you came here is, why is Adia a mage? Only if you seek to push how you like to play onto how I like to play. Otherwise, no, it's not that bad, because you obviously have a different idea of how she should be.
Well, I trust. Idea, was it? How about making a nip of breakfast now for an old man, eh?
What? Why should I cook for you?
Because a young beauty's home-cooked meal is far more appetizing than anything I might make myself, of course. Given her upbringing, I've grave doubts the Vestal could boil water, let alone cook. That leaves you.
Food can wait, Sage. Now the location of the rainbow thread, if you please.
Agnes, jealous are you? Oh, that's adorable.
The location of the rainbow thread, if you please.
You're no fun at all. Very well, then. I prepared a light meal while you were sleeping. Eat before you go. You'll find the rainbow thread very deep in a cave that is far west of here. I shall mark it upon your map.
Such sweet sorrow. How about a nip of breakfast for an old man? Ha! He cooks just fine. Quite. It was nothing especially fancy or out of the ordinary, but it went down fine. I thought it was really good, actually. Likewise, I wonder why he would have wanted you to cook for him, Idia. All alone, out here in the woods? Maybe he missed the taste of the big city. Aw, when you put it that way, I feel bad for saying no. What sort of food do you like to cook, Idia? I haven't cooked enough to have a specialty or anything, but if I had to pick something, I'd make a mean jam and butter omelet. Beg your pardon? Or whipped chestnut and sweet potato toast. Or have you ever tried marshmallow and condensed milk risotto? No, but it sounds sweet. Painfully so. Yep, mother and father were left speechless by its amazing deliciousness. I'd be happy to whip some up for you next time. Right. Next time. Okay, so the reason my characters are the jobs they are is not because I picked them, so to speak. I use dice rolls after assigning each of my job, and that's the job I get. So that's why Adia is a mage. That's why Tiz is a need something. Oh. Well, yes. No. No. I want more M attack. There you go. Ah, there we go. That's an upgrade right there for Ring a Bell. The 3 mithril shields. That's just a raw upgrade overall. But I don't really use magic on Tiz right now. Whatever, I'll get 4 of these. It's fine. Still an upgrade. I get more stat upgrades from it. Mithril armor, so that's an upgrade for Tiz. Tabby suit. RNG, yep. The old man dodged a bullet there. You got it. That's exactly why I'm doing it this way. It'll probably come back and bite me in the ass later in the game, but for now it's... Oops, no, actually... There we go. That's the button I was meaning to press. There you go. Shit, wrong button. Here, have cat ears. Oh no, I think I'm gonna give that to... you, yes. You have nothing I need. Cool. That makes me happy. How goes? And an Antarctic wind. What is this? Why is there a dog there? Alright.